What's going on, Fit Fam? So you're having one of those days. You find yourself getting super hungry, scrambling, trying to find something to eat. I get it, it happens to all of us. You all know I'm a huge fan of meal planning and batch preparing your meals ahead of time. That way you are 100% guaranteed for success with your fitness goals. However, sometimes life gets in the way and you find yourself without food ready to go. So what do you do in these situations? Well, obviously you can just go out and buy something to eat, but honestly I always hate kind of resorting to that because sometimes it can be really hard to find healthy food that's going to be the right amount, that's going to make you feel full and energized, and obviously you're just sometimes going to be wasting more money than you actually need to. So instead, in today's video, I want to show you how you can throw together some really quick but simple meals that are going to be healthy and tasty. And the best part is they're only going to take 5 minutes to prepare. That's right. 3 different meal ideas for you that you can have in an entire day of eating that's going to hit your calories and macros, make you feel super full and energized, and they're each only going to take you 5 minutes of your time. These meals are going to be using super simple ingredients that you probably already have laying around in your house. So this full day of eating 5-minute meals is going to be protein banana oats for breakfast, egg and black bean scramble for lunch, and tuna pasta for dinner. All of these meals are going to be the perfect amount of calories and they're all going to be high in protein as well, so you're going to be getting those lean gains. You can find all of the ingredients, calories, and macros listed in the description below. Alright, so follow along with me and let's make these 5-minute meals. Alright, so first I'm going to show you how we're going to put together this delicious banana protein oats. So you all know that I am adamant that you gotta get a digital kitchen scale. The reason why is because you want to be sure of the exact amount of food that you're having, because that's the only way you're going to know with 100% certainty, and the more certain you can be, the more guaranteed your results are going to come. So get your hands on one. This is just a simple one from Amazon that I got for $10. I love it. I've had it for years. All right, so you're going to get a sealable Tupperware container, plop that on top of the digital kitchen scale, and you're going to weigh out 60 grams of rolled oats. So that's going to be about 3/4 cup. And then I'm also going to add in a bunch of raspberries, which I don't know about you, but I absolutely love berries. But you can add any fruit you want. Doesn't necessarily have to be berries. Use whatever you have on hand, whatever it is that you like. There is no right or wrong answer. So I am also a banana addict, and I know not everybody likes bananas. That's literally incomprehensible to me. I am obsessed with bananas. I eat at least one every single day, if not 2. So I'm just going to slice my banana into some small pieces and throw that in as well. I actually usually do measure my banana just to be kind of precise in MyFitnessPal, because some bananas are smaller than others, but don't overthink that too much. You don't really have to do that if you don't want to. All right, this is totally optional, but I am going to add in a teaspoon of chia seeds. All seeds in general are ridiculously healthy for you, but don't think that if you don't have these chia seeds on hand that you have to go out and buy them. It's totally optional. And if you have anything else like flax seeds or something like that, go ahead, throw it in. All right, next we are going to be adding in a protein powder. If you don't have protein powder, you don't need to use it, but I obviously like to add in protein powder because it just makes it so much easier for me to get my protein. As you can see, 1 serving of this particular protein powder, it's called Naked Whey, is 25 grams of protein. So that's just a really convenient way for me to get those numbers up and help me in my muscle gain goals. Okay, next we are going to add in soy milk to mix everything all together. So I always do about the equivalent of 1 cup. I usually weigh out about 200 grams / milliliters. Grams and milliliters actually weigh the same thing. It's just that milliliters is for liquid and grams is for solids. Okay, so everything is in there now. All you're going to do is seal the Tupperware container, and then you're going to shake it like crazy. Shake it, shake it, shake it, so that all of the ingredients mix together, and then it's going to be ready to go. Literally, I think this meal is even less than 5 minutes. You can knock it out in even 2 or 3 minutes. And this is pretty much what I eat for breakfast every single day. I've been eating it every single day for the last several years. I never get tired of it. It is so delicious, and mainly it's just super convenient because it's so quick and easy to put together, and you can add anything that you want to it. All right, guys, next up, I'm going to be showing you what I have for lunch pretty much every single day, and that is going to be egg black bean scramble. So this is going to be so quick and easy to make.
make. All right, the first step is you're gonna grab a can of black beans, open that up, and rinse and drain the beans. Next, we're gonna get our handy dandy kitchen scale once again, and I'm just gonna put everything directly onto the pan. This is actually usually how I do it. I put everything on my pan first and measure and weigh everything out there, and then I transfer it over to the stove. So I'm just gonna spray it with my olive oil cooking spray. Like I always say in my videos, try to get either an olive oil one or a coconut oil one so that it's a clean oil instead of the normal ones, which are processed oil. All right, and then I'm gonna weigh out 60 grams of black beans, which is about half a cup of black beans. And beans are incredibly satiating, you guys. You are gonna see this meal is so filling. Beans are an amazing source of protein, fiber, and all kinds of nutrients. And then, of course, we're gonna be throwing in the eggs. So I always do 3 eggs per serving. I never get tired of eating eggs. I eat eggs pretty much every single day. They're obviously a great source of protein, and I just don't ever get tired of it. I just kind of find it really comforting. I don't know if you feel the same, but that's why I actually have these 2 breakfast meals pretty much every single day. I always have my oats in the morning. Like I never ever go a day without having oats. And then usually my lunch is eggs, which is technically like a breakfast food. So I'm pretty much always having 2 breakfasts every day. All right, and then I'm just gonna sprinkle a generous amount of sea salt. What's nice about salt is it is not a macro, and as long as you're drinking a ton of water, you don't need to worry too much about adding in salt. All right, guys, I am obsessed with these big bins of spinach because I love that they are just really convenient greens, because obviously we always want to be finding ways to get more greens in our diet, having more vegetables, and the fact that it's just grab and go makes it so easy. So I'm always throwing handfuls of spinach into my food as a way to get my veggies in without having to do any prep. So I recommend you do the same. All right, now everything's in the pan. We're just going to transfer it over to the stove and just let it all cook together. And boom, after about 2-3 minutes, it's going to have wilted down like this. Everything is going to be cooked through. So then we're going to transfer it over to a plate, and I am just going to slap on some store-bought salsa, which is one of my favorite hacks for making meals taste amazing without having to do any prep work. Because obviously you could make your own salsa fresh, but it would take a lot more time and energy. And the good thing about salsa is it's almost 0 calories, but it is so flavorful. So it's a really good hack for making low-calorie, healthy meals that are going to taste great. What I do measure out is the avocado I put on top. So you don't need this final step of adding on the avocado. Just with the salsa, it would be tasty enough. But if you do have some avocados on hand, that's a final thing that you can throw on top. Obviously, avocado is amazing, and it's a really good quality, healthy fat. So I like to slice the avocado into these thin strips, and then I just squish it out right on top of the eggs and salsa. And then there you go, 5-minute delicious breakfast/lunch that requires very few ingredients. That's going to be so filling and satiating for you. All right, and last 5-minute meal for dinner is going to be a really simple tuna pasta. All right, so first step is we're going to set our water on to boil. And this is a tip I got from my sister, who is a chef. She said when you're preparing pasta that you should let the water boil first, and that you should put some sea salt in the water, because then once it's boiling and you add in the pasta to be cooked, the salt is going to kind of absorb into the noodles, which is going to make them more flavorful overall. While the water is boiling, I'm just going to take a few garlic cloves, smush them on their side. That is my way of mincing garlic. It makes the skin come off really easily, and then I'm just going to mince them up. And another food that I am obsessed with that gives your food so much flavor without adding any calories is green onions. I just love fresh green onions. They're such a nice thing to sprinkle on top of a finished dish. It makes it look beautiful and it makes it taste great. If you don't have green onions though, that's totally fine. Think of this as an optional garnish to throw on top, but I'm gonna add it in at the end. Now we're just gonna take a tuna can and open that up and drain all of the liquid out so we can throw it into the pasta. All right, and once the water is boiling, we're just gonna go ahead and throw in our whole wheat pasta. I always measure my whole wheat pasta after it's cooked instead of before it's cooked, because I just find that easier to measure out the amount that I'm going to be having in its cooked form, as opposed to trying to figure out how much am I going to get cooked versus how much it is raw. All right, so after just a few minutes, the whole wheat pasta is going to be cooked, so we're just going to drain that, and then I'm going to get my handy dandy kitchen scale and measure out 200 grams of cooked whole wheat pasta, which is a very good size serving, as as you're gonna see, you're gonna be really, really full from this meal. Pasta is a very misunderstood food. You can actually have a ton of pasta every single day and still shed fat like crazy, because I know so many people think that if you eat pasta, you're gonna get fat. But the reason that people think that is they're always eating white pasta, and white pasta is processed. It's been stripped of its natural nutrients, so it's not as satiating. So the first thing you need to do is make sure that you're getting whole wheat pasta, so that's actually going to be filling and have nutrients for you. So now all we gotta do is throw all the ingredients into the pot. So go ahead, throw in the canned tuna, minced garlic, and for the flavor for this pasta, all we're gonna be adding in is olive oil. I'm just gonna weigh out 1 tablespoon of olive oil, which is about 15 grams. I always like to measure it both into a spoon and then into the actual pot that is obviously on top of my kitchen scale, because if I just go straight pouring it into the pot, it's going to be very easy for me to overshoot it, and once the oil is in there, I can't really get it out. So little tip for you, because I have done many times in the past where I have overshot the oil and then it's like, oh crap, that's so annoying because I can't get it out now. All right, then the very last things we're going to add in is just some good old-fashioned sea salt and black pepper. Obviously, if you want to add in something like chili flakes or any other spices that you enjoy, go for it. I am always really simple with my spices though, and you know that I like to have a veggie or fruit with every single meal, and since this is supposed to be quick, easy meals that don't require any prep, we are once again going to resort to our huge bucket of ready to go baby spinach. I am so obsessed with this. As you can see, using it again in another meal because it is just so quick and convenient to get more greens into your diet without having to chop or do anything. So just grab a bunch, throw it in there. Obviously, you don't need to measure it. It's not like you can overeat spinach, so don't worry about that. Just throw a whole bunch into the pot, and now all you got to do is let it cook and mix everything all together. Same thing as we did with the eggs. We just want the spinach to kind of wilt a little bit and that everything gets mixed around evenly, and then you're gonna be done and you're gonna have a full, delicious dinner that's gonna keep you really satiated and energized for hours.
All right, Fit Fam, that is it. I hope that you found this video really helpful, and I hope that the next time you're hungry and you find yourself without food ready to go, you're gonna be able to use these meal ideas to throw together something really quick, tasty, but healthy. And you're gonna see there's such a difference between eating really good quality, nourishing meals like this, because not only is this actually what's gonna give you the body that you want, but obviously it's also going to make you feel incredible. If you go and just get something quick from a convenience store or from a fast food restaurant, it's not actually going to keep you full for very long because those calories are empty calories. And of course, it's not really gonna make you feel very good. You're just gonna get hungry again and your energy levels are gonna be very low. Whereas these meals are gonna give you tons of energy and you're gonna be full for hours. So I hope that next time, instead of resorting to something like fast food, you're gonna know that you can throw together something really healthy and tasty in just 5 minutes. So if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a like and subscribe so you never miss any more videos coming from Nomadic Fitness. Comment below if there's anything that you wanna see from me. I love hearing from you and I wanna know what kind of content would resonate with you. And for more step-by-step follow along meal plans and workouts that are gonna get you in the best shape of your entire life faster than you ever thought possible, make sure you head over to nomadicfitness.com and download the free guides that I have for you there. Thanks so much for checking out this video, and I'll see you in the next one.